if you're going to get started organizing, people often ask, where do I start? And I'm like, just start with digital files. I think that's the biggest
Okay.
place where
Okay.
you could start. So you start there and imagine everything on your computer all over your desk. Like every document on your computer is
That's a
now
scary thought.
a pile on your desk. Right. And we are going to sort everything in there into, I always start with the two, like we have personal and we have business. So then we just know immediately we have personal or business. When you're organizing your business, there's 5 file folders that I mean, I have worked with a lot of people and these work for almost everyone.
Hmm.
So the first one is operations. Anything behind the scenes of your business that run your
Okay.
business is
Okay.
operations. Some people might want to call it admin, change the name. I don't care, but and little tip, I like putting a one in front of it so that on your drive or dashboard or desktop or wherever you're storing your files, and that's something I haven't mentioned, decide on one place. The
Okay.
power of one is key. So you decide on my computer is where my hub is, or in my Google Drive is where my hub is, or OneDrive or Dropbox, wherever it is.
Okay.
And then you have operations. The second folder is marketing. That's
Okay.
anything outward facing. So
Okay.
you have inward and outward operations and marketing.
Okay.
Then the next two, the third one is my content,
Okay.
and the fourth one is education. Education is anybody else's content. That could be certifications and all the freebies you download and your coaches that you hire and their information. Anything from someone else, courses you buy.
This one is key because I
Eh,
know, especially during COVID, when everyone was at home, I was downloading 80 million freebies from any person I could ever find. And I printed them. And I'm not kidding. I think it was like 2 years ago. I had like 2 bins full of printed paper, but those were all also digital files. But I
Yes.
had them all printed. I was like, what was I doing during COVID? I was
You
trying to
are
become a
learning a
professional.
lot.
Yes. But I love that, like a folder just for education for the stuff that you get from other people. Like, why? Okay. I don't
Yes.
know why I didn't totally have that
I know.
separated.
And it's all over. And then people are like, I don't know where I put it, but anything from someone else goes in
Okay.
education. It's
Okay. I love
so
that.
clear.
Love
And then
that.
the fifth one is clients.
Okay.
So anything related to clients go in there. Now it's like what is that called? I always forget the name where it comes down and then it goes to
Like a flow chart, not a flow chart.
flow chart.
Oh, it
Why
is a
can I
flow
not
chart.
remember that? Yes. So it comes down into your
Okay.
computer and it's
Okay.
either personal or business.
Yes.
And then the business, there's 5
Yes.
options. That's it. 5 options. It's going to go in one of those folders. Once you get everything in your whole entire computer sorted into those 5 folders related to your business, then you follow the next step of organizing, which is to go back into each one at a time and purge. So sort and then purge. Those are the steps. I mean, there's 5 steps to organizing as well as 5 folders, but those are the first 2. So sort and
Yes.
purge. So go back in and purge those.
This is
And then
amazing. I need to do this today.
yes.
Like
And you don't
today.
need to purge as you go because what happens,
Mm.
and this is with, think of organizing your closet. You walk in and you see a shirt and you're like, I need to get rid of some stuff. And you pick the shirt up and you're like, well, I don't know. I kind of like that shirt. It looks really good with that pair of pants. And you're like, I just can't decide. And you put it back and you leave because it's too overwhelming to just try to make a decision first thing. So, first thing is always to sort. Then you have everything related to operations in the operations file.
Mm.
And you're like, oh
Mhm.
my gosh, I have 5 copies of this. Why do I have 5 duplicates of this one thing? And then it's easy to purge because you can see what you have.
Mm. This is so good. Okay, yes. I know it just makes you think about your structure of your files and even in your home. Like, what's the structure? Do we take our shoes off here? What do we do? I mean, we put our keys in the same spot now. I like have everybody do that. And like, why aren't we doing that more with our digital files, and having
Yes. And
those
it's
bins
so
and those
much
buckets?
kinder to our brain because
Mm.
how in the world are we expecting our brain to try to remember In all the different random times that we started trying to get organized, remember what we did. It's like
Right.
and then we're spinning all over. And all it takes is to have a structure. And that's why organizing your business, you more than likely, and I hear so many people say this, even people that have ADHD or have a neurodivergent type of brain style, thinking style, or whatever, they all say, like, I can get organized. I just don't know how to do the first part, or I can use a system. I just don't know what to do to begin with.
Right.
Like, yes, then get help. But people think I should be able to do this. I should know
Mhm.
how to do this. Why can't I get this done? Something's wrong with me. It's like, no, nobody taught us how to organize. We don't know. And why not get the help you need to get the structure set up? And then it's like, oh, this flow chart, it just flows in and you keep training your brain like that. And you use that same structure in your email and in other places. And now all of a sudden, you're like, it's easy for your brain.
It does feel freeing, right? It feels like a weight has been lifted off when you get all of this organized. And then when someone asks you to find something, you need to look at something, you're like, oh, I think I know where it is. Instead of being like, okay, give me 15 minutes. I got to dig.
So files are color